somebody finds you, gets you on their AAU team, they start training you. During that summertime, you decide that you're not going back.
I did. I had no choice. I had no choice. My brother, my dad, like, he's not coming back home. He needed to do something with his life. I had no choice.
What's good, all my hoopers and hoopettes, and welcome back to another special episode of Tough Buckets with your boy, I'm Tone. All the way to my left, I got my guy Addison. How you doing, Addison?
I'm doing fantastic, man.
My guy, we gotta get you a new Tough Bucket shirt. I know I've said it a couple times. I know people probably asking questions at this, but he has more shirts, guys. He has more shirts.
I do. I have a whole closet, a dresser. And everything.
I have to do better. That's my fault. Thanks for coming, Addison. I appreciate you.
Yes,
you know, you guys know Addison doesn't live out here, right? So Addison has to make a trip to be on the show. So every time Addison is here, it's a blessing. All right, It's a blessing. All right?
Let's give you the credit too, because now you're coordinating not only with our guests but also myself. A lot going on behind the scenes to make this thing work.
There's a lot going on, man. And with that being said, we have a special guest here with us today. My guy, Michael Eric. Everybody talking about my guy, Mike. My guy. How you doing, brother?
Good.
My boy. My boy. Man, I appreciate you pulling up on me, Mike.
Appreciate for having me.
You know you're my guy. You know you're my guy,
I've been trying to stay solid. 10 times.
Mike is my guy. Okay, so just let everybody know, the way it works for the podcast, I would say 80% at this point of the guys I've gotten on the podcast are guys I play with. Like summertime stuff, I don't go hoop with them whenever they go overseas or anything like that. But whenever they're back home in Dallas and we go to the run or wherever I meet, or open run, the open runs and the men's leagues and stuff like that, that's where I meet a lot of my friends and people I hang out with and stuff like that.
Pretty much.
So those are the guys I have on the podcast. These are guys who I compete with, compete against. They've seen me crash the fuck out. They've seen me crash out a few times on and off the court, stuff like that. So, yeah. Mike, man, I do appreciate you coming in here. You're not like, how long have you been living in Dallas?
Going on 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah, no, actually 9.
Because I did see that you did have a stint with the Texas Legends.
That's what brought me here.
So that's what brought you here, and you just stayed after that.
And we stayed after that. Yeah.
Brother. Well, not because of the Legends, but I got here, smelled the air a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Same thing.
And I'm like,
I was here during the winter.
Oh,
so it was warm in the winter. In my head, I'm not going back to Philly. Not doing that. Not going back to Philly. This area was just, everything was new too. Yeah. Buildings. The restaurants were brand new, so I was intrigued.
Yeah, fire.
I was like, yeah, we staying in Dallas.
I agree, and I'm not going nowhere either. Even though I don't actually live in Dallas, but I'm here every day.
Yeah,
every damn day.
Yeah,
shout out to Dallas. Listen, I'm trying to get Dallas on board here. All right, I got a lot of Dallas native hoopers on the podcast. I'm gonna need y'all to support. Okay, go to the podcast sub, do all that type of stuff. Dallas, fuck with your boy. Anyways, man, you brother, you weren't born here.
Nah.
All right. You were not born, and I need to not say that so loud because we're in a weird place in the country right now, but you weren't born here, all right? So that means you had to jump through some hurdles to start playing a game of basketball.
Yeah. What
did we start off with? What was our sport of choice?
Soccer. I mean, I was born into it. I didn't really exceed anything in soccer, but I was born into soccer. My dad was a soccer coach. He coached the national team. Actually, was a player, played for the national team, was an Olympian. He did all that for Nigeria. And he coached when I was growing up. Yeah. So I didn't know what I was doing. I just was around football. Yeah. We call it football there. Yeah. So, yeah, that's all I knew until your boy was 6'8", at 12. Yeah, 12, 13, 6'8", literally.
Hold up. For one, I forgot to do this. Please tell the crowd where you're from again.
I'm from Lagos, Nigeria, born and raised there.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. And that's basketball's obviously not the sport of choice there. So we started off with soccer, and then we got to what?
Yeah, 6'8".
At
I was 12, 13, long hair.
Oh yeah, for
skinny.
sure. If I was your dad, hey, get that soccer ball out of here.
Yeah, how big was your dad if he played?
I mean, he was 6'2", 6'3". But my mom's side, my mom's side, there were some giants in her side. My mom was like 5'8" or 5'7" or so. Mm-hmm. But apparently her dad was a 7-foot goldsmith in the village or in the area that we did grow up. So I never met him, but every time she tells me, I remind her of her dad.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
At 12, 6'8"?
I was taller than everyone in my class. I was just tall. I had Yeah, man.
So so how do we get the decision of playing basketball though? Because I know at that time basketball is still not the main thing at that time. So how do we like even get that concept?
Strange stories, man. But the most memorable part about playing basketball for me was when I first stepped in the U.S. I tried it in Nigeria because everyone kept saying, "Man, you're tall, go play basketball," stuff like that. But it wasn't as serious as it would get when I got to the States. I went to the mall looking for some size 16s, man, with my brother. My brother was living in Delaware. Shout out to Steven. Steven's the man, literally, behind everything. He's living in Delaware. He's had his college moments and everything. He's built his house, and I'm moving in. Like, yo, can your little bro stay?
Yeah.
And we went to go get some size 16s at Foot Locker, and some dude that was there, Avery Reed is his name, young fella. He's like, "Hey, what school you go to? Who you play for?" I was like, "I don't play for nobody. I don't know anybody. I just came from Nigeria, you know." He's like, "I ain't got no 15s." At 13, by the way. I don't have no size 15s, but I know a guy that might have size 15. Happens to be an AAU coach. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you know, AAU coaches always have shoes. His name is Dwayne Coverdale with Dan Delaware Sharpshooters. Now he's with UR Sports, the Delaware guy. He's taking care of a lot of young guys. Yeah. I didn't know anything. I'm just like, okay, we need some size 15s, you know? So Dwayne Coverdale picks up the call that the kid called him at the store. Yeah. Calls him like, "Yo, pull up. I got a 6'9" kid from Africa right here. You might need him," something like that. And he's like, "What?" Pulls up. He's like, "What you need?" I was like, "I just need size 14, 15. How much am I buying for?" He's like, "No, you're not buying for anything. I want to train you. I want you to play for me one day, and we're going to get you somewhere." I was like, my brother's like, "Who's this guy?" He's trying to pay my little brother out, basically. My brother's like, "Yeah, I've been trying to get him out the house. He eat all my food," stuff like that. So that's how that started, really. Yeah. And my brother dropped me off with this guy at 6 a.m. sometimes. We'd just work out. You would teach me the basics, layups, just the basic stuff. Then I found myself going to a public school, Caesarani High School in Delaware, out of nowhere.
So you didn't come to the league to play. You didn't come to America to play basketball.
Not at all.
See, that's a different story.
That's a completely different story.
Completely
not
different
at all.
than most Nigerians.
I was just here to visit my brother because he just graduated. He had his daughter, and we were just celebrating. And they're like, "No, you're not going home.
That's crazy.
You're not going home." You're
so
staying.
What was the visa situation like then for that? Because I always hear about how difficult it is.
It was.
To get over.
But for me, I was lucky enough. My mom worked at an airline, so we had access to go get visas with the right letters of invitation. So she was like, "I'm taking my kid to America to go see his brother." So she got a holiday visa, the H1, I think then. So when I decided to stay and wanted to go to a school, we had a whole legal problem situation where my brother had to become the legal guardian. Then I had to get a student visa, but it was a public school, so I had to leave that public school. And my AAU coach and some guy in Exton, Pennsylvania found a prep school for me, all boys school, Church Farm Prep. Shout out to them. Yeah. I was out there for 2 years, miserable, but it saved my life. I learned a whole lot about myself. Learned the game of basketball, elevated myself as a basketball player at that point, just got tons of scholarship offers because I went to that prep school. I just didn't know. I didn't even know what was going on. I was just dunking the ball, running around. I didn't know what was going on. And before you know it, I found myself at Temple University playing basketball.
Hold on, real quick. Let's
reverse
breathe.
back.
Let's breathe real quick right now, because that's crazy, brother. That's not no normal high school situation at all. So we are coming to the States just to visit our brother.
Yeah.
And we're going to the foot action to get some shoes just to hoop, or are we just like
just to wear?
Just to wear.
I had sandals with me, by the way.
Up in Delaware, walking around.
The straight customized sandals from Nigeria in Delaware in the summer, bro. Literally.
Oh, I'm crying. Okay. And then you are...
Literally.
Somebody finds you, gets you on their AAU team, they start training you. Yeah. And then you decide... So you're here. So you're already going to be here for the whole summer?
Yes.
Okay. So, and during that summertime, you decide that you're not going back.
I did. I had no choice. I had no choice. My brother, my dad, like, he's not coming back home. He needed to do something with his life. I had no choice. No choice. What could I say?
That's funny as hell.
It's true. It's true.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
So we turned that situation into and you said you didn't know what you were doing. That's funny. That's also funny. So you were already, you just start, so how long did it turn until you got actually what you would call good or good enough, would you say?
Good enough was
to get noticed.
Senior of high school,
okay,
which was the second summer. So that summer that I was looking for shoes, I went through a whole phase of trying to learn the game, joined a little puppy school. They told me I can't go there. So we're moving into April now. Fast forward into April. I'm already in this prep school. Yeah. So the summer going into it, I stuck with the coach, the AAU coach, and he had summer games. I went to, what's that camp? ABCD camp. I didn't even know. Wow. I didn't know what I was doing. I was in ABCD camp 2004, 2005.
And didn't even know?
I didn't know what the relevance of what it was. I was in there when OJ Mayo and Lance Stevenson, freshman year, OJ senior year, going at it, all that. I was there with Bill Walker, windmilling crazy. I was there with DeAndre Jordan. I didn't know what I was just this African kid with big old head and just
and at that
dunk.
time, you've never seen anybody in person play basketball like those guys are doing.
I didn't know how good they were. I didn't know anything.
You didn't even know what good was.
I didn't know. I was just athletic. Trust me. I was very athletic because soccer background a little bit. Balance. I would dunk crazy. I mean, you still see I do that.
For sure.
But I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know. I just know, okay, this was becoming something I enjoy and I want to keep doing it. I found myself in camps. Like, you coach Dwayne Calder would just put me in this camp and I'll just be there.
That's not normal, bro. That's not normal by
that was my
any
journey.
means, brother.
Yeah.
That's fire. So you basically got good enough in 2 summers. To start getting college recruitment. Yeah. Legit. And you're going to the 8.
Full
A10
scholarships. My brother's room was full of letters. Bro. He was upset. He's like, what is all these letters? It was every day. He didn't understand it. He didn't understand because we didn't know anything. We're not in the recruiting. We didn't know nothing. And we chose Temple because it reminded me of the city, of the hood in Nigeria. I grew up literally in the city. So I was in that prep school. It was boonies, like nothing. Just Church Farm, Exton, Pennsylvania is literally land. Yeah. Worse than some parts of Dallas. Yeah. So I'm in the prep school, elevating, just mad at the world, but as a young kid. And I took a visit to George Washington, Temple, St. Joe's, Villanova, the process. They were trying to get me used to the process. I started understanding it. Yeah. I went to Philly one time and I was like, yeah, this is it. This is it. I'm not going anywhere, literally. And the coach is like, you want to come here? I said, yeah. And he said, we got a full scholarship.
The coach was surprised?
Because he didn't understand. I didn't know what I was doing, but he expected, like, I tried my best to get you, so we'll see what we can do. And I was like, I want to come here.
So he was like, oh, shit,
yeah, Fred Dunphy said, yeah.
Oh, snap. Yeah, go ahead, please, sign here, please, hurry.
That was good times. Yeah, Temple University was good times.
That's dope, bro. Yeah. That is a dope. What was one of your favorite high school moments, real quick, before we get into college?
16 blocks.
You didn't know what? 16 blocks.
16 blocks. Yeah, 16 blocks. And they made it a big deal for me after a while. Because I was just doing it. I was like, okay, just don't let him score. I'm like, okay. And after one point, my coach is like, he's about to break a record. I'm like, what record?
That is a different way to play the game. Like, you are literally just having fun out there. Don't know what the hell going on.
Just spiking that thing into the stands.
I still feel that way at 37. I don't know what's going on sometimes.
But you know where that rim is, and you don't want him to score it.
I know to dunk the ball and block it. I can give a quick 20, but I still don't know what's going on.
Oh, no, stop.
I'm kidding.
Please stop.
I got a good feel for the game later on, but like there was a stretch there, man. I had chances. I could have been in the A. Then I would just blank out, don't know what's going on because I didn't have the feel for the game. I wasn't born into the game.
In the background to fall back on.
Yeah, right? I didn't have that simple flair, the feel. I still looked rigid sometimes, but then you see me, I'll spring up, boom, dunk crazy, and they're like, who's that guy?
Yeah.
Then I'll get to the stages where that level to elevate, and I'll still freeze up a bit just because I didn't have the feel for it.
Yeah.
But, the older I got, and it's become simpler, and I understand.
Man, bro, things. You got some accomplishments, bro. To hear your start, man, this is actually, I was not expecting this at all, bro. Because you, just looking at your career over the last couple of days, getting ready for the pod, bro, like for one, Iron Man, guys. This guy, literally, Iron Man, brother. You've gone through a lot of injuries. Dang. 2 patella fractures, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir.
And an ACL.
Yes, sir.
If I'm not correct.
Yeah.
That's why, and he's still playing right now. Yeah. You just heard him say the number. you heard him say how old he is. 30-something. 37, still playing, still dunking the shit out the ball, bro. Oh my god, man, fire. Okay, I'm sorry. I get wild out sometimes. We are at Temple now.
Yeah.
For one, the college recruitment phase, like, how did you? So, from what my understanding is, America is pretty much the only place that really does like high school and college sports, right? Yeah. So, like, there's no such thing as a recruitment trip. Correct me if I'm wrong. How was that process for you? Like,
everything was
coming
new.
To you, trying to like get you to go to their school. Like,
everything was new, and also felt like for me, Dan, recalling back to what it felt like I was about to change my life again.
Really?
Yeah, because I didn't know the importance of full scholarship. You know, I didn't know the importance of like being a top 5 recruit, all those things. I didn't know that. I was trying to get better. What this guy's telling me, like, if you do this, you do that. I'll remember that because that's what my dad used to do with soccer. If you do this, you do that. If you run, if you train, if you consistently do these things, maybe you'll be good.
Yeah.
So when these coaches are encouraging me, like, yo, you're going to be good if you just keep doing these things, I'll do it to my best ability. Yeah. That's all I knew. Then I'll show up on the court. Some games, I'm unstoppable. And some games, the feel comes back like I'm talking about. You'd be like, nice, but it happened a lot. So those days I played well, coaches would happen to be there.
Yeah.
GMs happen to be there. College coaches, recruit scouts happen to be in some of the games. I played against Blake Griffin at one point in Battle of the Beach in Rehoboth, Delaware, and him and his brother were on the same team. And I didn't know who they were. These guys, my team is like, oh, that's the kid, Blake Griffin, top 100, whatever. And I'm just having a great game.
Yeah.
Just nothing crazy. Just a simple dunking the ball. He's dunking, he's tearing the rim down. After that, I felt like they just thought I was good. I was good. Yeah.
That is dope.
I remember these moments. Those are the only moments I remember now that I know what I know with basketball.
Yeah.
Those moments of players like that, DeAndre Jordan, I played against him. I just didn't know who he was. I didn't know. I just played.
You know what's crazy? So this is purely speaking off my bringing it up, right? My coach had to tell me to stop being a fan of players. Like, he had to tell me. Like, he's like, bro, you're just as good, if not better than these players. You're just so caught up in the fandom of it. Like, you don't even go out there and compete and try to take their head off, just like they're trying to do to you.
Yeah.
And if you was just get into that mindset, you would see you're just as good as these players. And I think just hearing that, I think that's dope, bro. Like, you don't know shit.
It probably helped him in the moment.
I think it did.
I don't know, bro.
Got
I'm just
you
here
out
to
of
play
your own
basketball.
head.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck who you are, what's going on. I'm really just doing what my coach told me to do, which is get better at that plays a lot into it, bro. That's fire, bro.
Well, you're talking a little bit about your dad and his influence of kind of how it matched up with what he had taught you or what you had seen him. But I've always heard from the people I know that have made it over here from Nigeria of how a lot of their parents did not like sports at all, and how they're kind of like my buddy Valentine, who Tone played with, he would talk about how his dad was a principal, and his dad would he'd go play soccer after school while his dad was still at work.
So he doesn't catch him.
And then when he got home, though, he'd be like, "Oh, your feet are dirty, though." So and be mad as shit.
Yeah.
But then whenever basketball came in the picture, and it was like you can get an American education for him, he's like, "I'm on boboard now."
Yeah.
But so would you say your background was a little bit different because your dad understood what sports could do?
Yeah, 100%.
And that probably helped.
Even with that, though, we were still held to a very high standard. We needed to be either lawyers, doctors, accountants. Like my siblings he was not playing with that.
Yeah.
Because he was also paying their tuition with his life savings and stuff. So they had a choice, and they were only like, okay, I'll try to be this and that just so I can get that responsibility taken care of by my dad.
Yeah.
But for me, everywhere we go, it's like, he should be playing basketball now. He's too tall. Like stuff like that. So he resonated that. Like he was like, I got a plan. And he talked to my brother. My brother had got to that level where he can feed himself, take care of himself, and all that. So he's like, can you take care of your brother? And that's how that started. That's my
dad out here putting the plan together. All right, Pops had the vision.
Put the plan together and executed it, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up, bro.
Yeah.
All right, so guys, I'm sorry. Blame Madison. He keeps letting me ramble. We're gonna start a little thing right here.
And I'm the one going even further backwards. I'm like, all right, we've talked about high school. Let's go back to Nigeria.
Facts. So Addison is catching the bug, the ramble bug. That's what I like to call it. Temple, man.
Yeah.
You getting the first, so the jump from high school to college is a big jump. I don't think most people don't understand that, especially if you go to an actual big school, Division I, mid-major.
Anything with scholarship.
Anything with scholarship. You jump that level, it is night and day. All right. Were you hit with any surprises once you got to that level?
Yeah, I had a redshirt my freshman year.
They
hit me with that. All right, he needs a lot of work. He needs a lot of work. Yeah, but it was very, very good for me.
Yeah,
it was very good because then I saw the difference because you had those seniors, the centers, the big boys. I had Anthony Ivory, Sergio Olmo, some big dudes that were 7'1", 240, 280. I couldn't do nothing with that. I was athletic. I would run, but I couldn't do nothing with them. So I had to learn certain things, get stronger. So I was forced to redshirt my freshman year. It was tough in the moment, but then I was seeing the difference. I had less pressure. I knew I wasn't ready because the practices were I was getting cooked.
Yeah.
Cooked.
That's the thing, though. Them practices, them
against the seniors,
bro. You remember them Angelo days, bro? War. I was getting a fist fight every other day in them practices, bro.
Everybody knows what's at stake.
Yeah,
exactly.
Man.
Your position or your scholarship too could be at stake.
Bro. It's the first time you ever feel like you have to fight for some shit. Literally
100%.
every day. I remember
100%.
High school for me. It was easy. I got the team. I was a man of the team and all that stuff. I didn't have no real pressure to really. Other than me just wanting to be good. I just wanted to be better than all the people around me. When you get to college, you're like, oh no, if I don't produce, I'm gonna be on the end of the bench type shit.
Yeah. I didn't know.
Hell no.
I still didn't know that. I was just based off why you didn't play me? Why you don't want me to be on the roster? It's hard to tell you, Mike. First of all, compliance is you got to do this, and I'm like, so what am I gonna do here for 1 year? Just wait till next year. So I didn't know. What was going on.
That is actually insane.
But I stuck with that training regimen. I stuck with the meal plan prep, all that. Man, I got so big, strong, so fast. Ooh. Yeah,
that weight gain in college is crazy.
It was good. It was good mental stability. I was like, now I can try to bang with those bigs and try to learn how to play like that. So it was good. It was good in the long run.
And then you ended up having a decent career.
Yeah,
it definitely ended up having a decent. Let me look up the stats. I had the stats ready.
I didn't dominate the way I wanted to, or I could have, but I did enough to help my team. I learned a lot about helping a team win championship. So we won the A-10 conference 3 times in a row while I was there.
Yep.
Made the tournament every year.
Made the tournament every year while I was there, and. Shout out to Fran Dunphy. Man, FD was a funny coach, man. Coach.
The thing that sticks out to me looking at your college stats, man, is, and I think it speaks to where you were at in your career and basketball journey at that point.
Yeah.
But you just see the development in the numbers.
Yeah,
without even watching the tape, you can see you go from 2.7 Which again, imagine if you had to play that year.
I barely played.
I mean, in your first year, your redshirt year, to your point of how it was beneficial.
It would be 0.1.
Exactly. But see, you got good enough to at least play a little bit. Played in 25 games, even got a start. Then 6 points a game, and your rebounds are going up to 3.1.
The rebound,
and then
monster.
7, and then 9 to finish your career. And those last 2 were very injury-ridden. Seasons, weren't they? Yeah.
Fractured patella twice in college.
Brother. Twice.
On the court, too. That's the crazy part. Yeah. You know, and think about that. Now having a feel for, okay, I'm decent enough to be on the college floor. I see a couple of my teammates getting drafted. Lavoy Allen got drafted. Deontay Christmas got picked up by Suns or something around that time. So now I have hope.
Mm-hmm.
I could be a pro. I could be an NBA. All that was shut down mentally. Shut down. Then I came back from that injury, finished out the season, and still had 19 NBA workouts with that injury.
Damn.
Yeah.
But that just shows people saw the potential. They definitely your entire basically to this point, people see the potential. You obviously an athletic monster, but you're also improving. Every year. That's dope, man. So we get to the end of our career. Couple injuries, of course, didn't get to the heights that we think we could have in terms of personal accolades and stuff like that. I'm sure that's how you feel. But like you said, you still get 12. How does that feel? Like you get interest from the NBA. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what nobody says, bro. A team calls me and says they are interested. I'm elated. I don't give a fuck about the draft process. None of that shit. Like I already feel like as a basketball player, I've done something with my career. Especially someone who didn't even know what the fuck basketball was 5-6 years prior. You
That's
know what I'm
saying. So, and I'm in pre-draft workouts, in situations with the number 1, number 2, Thomas Robinson. Like we just played together in Taiwan a couple months ago, and we talked about it. Like, yo, I remember you in the pre-draft, like stuff like that. I had guys that like now knowing how their career went in that direction. Like, man, I was actually right there as well. So I was lucky enough.
Hindsight is crazy, baby.
I'd be willing to bet a lot of them still aren't on a basketball contract right now.
No, for sure. No. 1,000%.
We call ourselves the dinosaurs now, so only a few of us not extinct yet. So man, I signed my rookie deal with Cleveland Cavaliers, all guaranteed. And so in my head, I was like, I made it.
That's fire.
But there was still a lot of work to be done, a lot of understanding the game, spacing, all these things.
Yeah.
Got to training camp. It's, just how life is.
Mm-hmm.
But, I've had a career since then.
No, an amazing career. And we're going to touch on that because, brother, you've won everywhere you've gone.
Yeah.
You've literally won everywhere you've gone. You had in some top leagues at that. We have I'm not going to even try to pronounce this name in Turkey. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this name from Turkey.
Darüşşafaka.
There we go. Darüşşafaka. I'm sorry, guys. No disrespect. Darüşşafaka.
Yeah, Darüşşafaka was great experience. Great experience.
That's your first Euro Cup. You won Euro Cup there in 2018.
Was with David Blatt, former coach of the Cavs.
Wow, that's fire.
He convinced us to go there. Like he's like, come to Turkey. I'm like, no, I want to try this NBA dream again. He's like, man, don't worry about that. You get paid where you're at. I was like, paid? What you talking about?
Yeah.
Give me some numbers. I said,
speaking my language, man.
I have to go to Turkey. At that time, the media was messing Turkey up, saying, "Oh, it's a place not to go."
Really?
Yeah. So I told my mom. She's like, "No, don't go to Turkey." I told her the price. She's like, "Okay, we can't go." Okay, we can't go. So that's how my European journey really started.
Yeah. And you've been a lot of places. 9 countries, from what I understand so
9
far.
countries.
So you're kind of a journeyman for what it's worth. Do you appreciate the travel part of your, career? Do you appreciate the fact that you've got to go a lot of places and stuff like that?
Yes.
So,
just like every kid with a dream, right? Yeah. My dream at one point was soccer. So I used to watch all these players from around the world go from one team. I followed them, like how you follow fans. Fans follow the play. I followed certain players that were great soccer players from Nigeria or from around the world. So I used to admire that. Like, man, imagine living in a place like Barcelona, and now he moved from Barcelona to Madrid, Real Madrid. Oh no, he's moving to Monaco.
Yeah.
I admired that as a kid at one point because we knew those details, but just didn't know where they were. So playing and traveling and living and landing in places like Serbia, like I saw our star players in soccer lived or played, just playing in those countries. It's like a full circle of reminiscing.
Yeah.
And living in certain countries, I'm like, sometimes I'd just be like, man, I can't believe I'm here.
That part, bro.
You ever think about some kids back home probably thinking the same way you did about you, though?
Yeah.
And how cool that really is.
I mean, so much crazy stories that happened. There's a kid that like knew of my camps. I do camps in Nigeria as well. Knew of my camp. He kind of like participated with his friends or something. He's playing pro Taipei right now. He's 23, 24.
That's so cool.
You couldn't tell me nothing.
See the impact you really
like,
had.
He's a pro in Taipei.
I'm talking about, look.
Like,
big
blew my mind.
You couldn't tell me nothing like that.
You know? Hit me up. Hey, bro, if you need anything, I got you. Before you know, he's like my little brother now. We chop it up every day. He lived with me sometimes during the season this year. Yeah. It was just like that, you know, like a mind-blowing thing, just going back to what you said.
Full circle moment, like you were saying,
bro.
That's super cool.
Dope.
Yeah.
What was, did we have any culture shocks when you were already in America right before that. Were there any culture shocks when you got to Turkey?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. There was a lot of culture shock because people treat people differently. You know, in the U.S., if you're not the NBA or whatever, they might not. No one sees you. You're just average Joe. You walk about in Turkey, they treated us like kings everywhere
I like
we went.
hearing that.
Turkey, not with arrogance. They treated you well.
Yeah.
They took care of you. They made sure that, Baba, you need anything? Oh, Baba, like it's all Baba you hear every time. Yeah. Food, housing, things, the team experience I experienced. Everyone's different, but they treated me well in Turkey. They treated my family well. They welcomed us well. We won for them, and it even got better the next year. I stayed there one more year, so stuff like that. Were not culture shock per se, but they were just different. From what I experienced in the U.S. most of the time. Yeah.
And good basketball out there too.
Great basketball.
That's a good teams.
Good league, bro. Really good league.
And after that, we head to Spain, right? Is that our next spot? We win again. We win again
in COVID.
During COVID.
In COVID, in a bubble. Man. We're one of the toughest coach in Europe.
Really?
His name is Duško Ivanović. Mm-hmm. He's still doing his thing. He just won a championship with Bologna. And
really?
Yeah, the coach
wow. Okay.
He's good. He's good. In my opinion, he's good, but he's tough.
And
if you're not tough, it will break you. And one thing I remember, like I told you, I will stick with the regimen regardless. So when I saw it was working for us, I believed in him. But in the process, he was tough.
It's good if it works.
Yeah.
If it's working, you can. If you're a good basketball player, you can compartmentalize. But if this shit is working, all right.
Let's see. Because we were losing games we weren't supposed to lose. Then we fired one coach. Then we brought him in, and we've known of his story because players. We talk. We're like, that guy crazy. So the guys that have had bad experiences with him, explain to us like, yo, I got him. And it's mid-season. So in that Spanish league, everything got shut down. Then they restarted in the bubble. Bro, we were working out in our apartments, in the flats. We were working out with dumbbells, bikes. Like we're really about to do training camp. Like we did training camp with Zoom.
Whoa!
He's there. He's there threatening people's contracts. Like
over Zoom.
Oh, you don't want to do it? Okay, pack a bag, go home.
Over Zoom is
Listen,
Can you imagine getting cut over Zoom?
My guys, Nick Staustis, all these guys, we were like, no, this isn't. Yes, bro. Yes, I'm not kidding you. Samaj Christian from Xavier, shout out to him. He was like, I'm out of here. No, it was serious. But that mental strength that I was ingrained in, like as a kid, my dad
Yeah.
All those things. I was like, all right, I'm sticking with this.
Yeah.
I need that money.
that part.
Secondly, let's see how far this goes.
Yeah,
I'm not going. I didn't die. I gotta keep.
There
going.
we go. I didn't die. There we go.
That's my thing in my head.
Man. That's definitely a great way to look at it, and it fucking worked out. You guys got a chip.
Yeah.
And another top league, bro. I don't think y'all understand. Spain might be what, top 5, top 3 leagues outside
top 2
of NBA.
Probably outside the NBA.
Outside the NBA,
top 2.
It doesn't get much better than one of them chips, man.
Against Barcelona in the final, and they were stacked.
That stamps you too. Once you get one of those, man, you pretty much, if you can stay healthy, you're gonna have a solid career. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's been a solid career.
One thing I do appreciate about European and just overseas, and more so European, they appreciate their vets. You know what I'm saying? Like, they definitely show love to the vets a lot more than they would in the league. The league is all about young people, potential, and all that good stuff. Over in Europe, they pay homage to the vets. Like, if you
pay homage more to professionalism. They don't
speak on that.
There's so many athletes, man. Let's be real. There's so many skilled scorers, defenders, whatever, right? But like the EuroLeague and those leagues want to see you go through hell and still keep your composure. Go through whatever they throw at you and still, all right, I'll hoop. You know, late buses, bad travel plans, and you still got to win.
Yeah,
you know, you can crash out any second. It's not in your favor. It's not doing you any justice. It's not helping your body. But like, just try to understand. Like, nothing is perfect, you know. But if they see that you can enjoy those things, that's my understanding of what I realized in Europe. Yeah, it's the professionalism. They'll be like, okay, then they keep recycling the same guys
because they know they can trust them. They're reliable.
That's pretty much what it is.
All you youngins, gyms.
Keep recycling the same guys because they just, all right, yes, good morning, good afternoon, the little things.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
I tell youngins all the time, you will get so far in life, but especially in the basketball world, if you're just a likable human being, if you are just likable, like that takes up, if you can't make left-hand layups, but you say good morning every day,
for sure.
Motherfuckers might fuck with you a little bit more. It's just a simple fact of the matter, bro. Like, assholes can only get you so far. You better be great. I'm talking about you better be. I'm talking about. I ran into a lot of really fucking good assholes in my life. Like, I'm serious. Like, really good as fuck, but just rub people the wrong way.
And when you're in high school and college, you can be worth your problems.
Yeah.
But whenever you have the pool of players that professional organizations have, then why would you?
They might not have the same talent, but they can still do something.
Yeah, like, I would much rather deal with this guy. Yeah. At least I know off of basketball, so he's enjoyable. Like, I'll be able to have a conversation and stuff like that. And you realize that a little bit later in your career, for some guys who are like trying to do the overseas and stuff like that, and wondering, well, hey man, why am I not getting the contracts I deserve, bro? You were just at a place dogging a coach out in front of the players, fans, all the GM and stuff like that. They talk, bro. They're gonna talk, and the entire league is gonna know that you're an asshole. Like, that's just how it works. Like, and to what you're saying, the professionalism, all that good stuff, that adds years to your career, bro. It literally adds years to your career. You gotta be likable, guys. Be likable. Be a good person, man. Were you about to say something, Addison?
No, I was just in college and high school where you kind of, the pool's smaller.
Yeah.
I used to always say, like, if you're good enough, you're going to produce, you can be worth some problems.
Yeah.
But if you're not, and then it goes the other way too, right? The kid that might not be as talented and not play freshman year, that takes care of his business, that's professional in the sense.
Get his chance.
He's going to eventually pass that kid if they were starting on, same timeline.
Yeah.
But I always said, like, if you're worth your problems at that level, then I'll put up with the bullshit.
Yeah.
But whenever you're in their shoes, why would you?
Why?
Because then I got another guy that's just as talented. The margins at that level are so slim between, like, when we're just talking talent level, that the intangibles and the mental become so much stronger, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, right? That's gems right there.
That really is.
We clipping that. We clipping all of that. We might repost that 3-4 times for y'all, all right? Right after we get our ACB title. For one. What is our game like during this stage of our career? Like, we already talked about earlier about feel for the game.
Yeah.
Is this around the time we're actually starting to feel good about our game?
Yes.
Like, you didn't want chips, baby. You didn't want in big places. How are we feeling about our game, man?
At this point, I think I mastered a role.
Okay.
A very good role, which is rebound, also block shots, and try to finish in traffic.
Yeah.
Because if a big can finish in traffic, then it creates chaos. So whenever they he's rolling, everyone is open.
Everyone's open.
Yeah,
1,000%.
so he's rolling. You got to tag from the 45 or you tag from the baseline guy. Somebody's lifting. If they're making a hammer action in the corner, somebody's open.
And it makes those reads so
that
easy.
boy been studying film.
Oh,
You heard all that? You heard the terminology in there? 45 lift? That's good basketball talk right there, baby.
You're rolling.
Yeah.
If you roll hard, so I mastered that. I trained on that. I worked on pick and rolls for days. Like I just did it with trainers here in Dallas, trainers in Philly, trainers in. After I left Cleveland, and I needed to learn how to do that. So what I ended up doing is just being present for any team that needed a big. So not just being a paint protector, but I'll be in shape.
Yeah.
I'll run, I'll defend, I'll hard hedge, I'll do those things so I'm reliable. So when at this point, knowing the game and understanding the game, it became a lot easier because I just mastered it. So all I just did was roll or set good screens, let the guard go crazy. He's wide open, he sees the ocean, shoot it. If he's not, whatever he's doing, find me. I'll catch it in traffic, I'll finish. Then the next time, now you're open again.
Did you ever have a stage in your career where your ego wanted you to do more than that? Where you wanted
every time. Every time. Especially in the beginning of the season, I start shooting threes. I'll make one or two or shoot jump shots, and coach called me to no, I want you to do what you did last year. Rebound, run. I'm like, I worked on this summer, man.
That's tough,
but
man.
Then you look at the paycheck, you're like, you know what? You're right.
And probably right now, there's not a lot of bigs that want to do that.
No, 1,000%. That's basically what I'm trying to get at right now. Because you're doing, basically from what we were talking about, you're doing a job basically that you can do. I play with you, Mario. I know you can shoot the three. I know you can shoot the pull up. I'm not gonna say pull up. I didn't say pull up.
Just middies.
Middies. We're gonna say catch and shoot middies. I'm not gonna give him too much. All right. Big Mike is definitely shooting the middies. All right. Catch and shoot, pop in the midi. And you're getting better. Like you're actually working on this stuff in the summer. Like you're actually putting up reps and stuff like that. And then to go into a season and do it, and it actually, for the most part, go well. Begin preseason stuff, beginning of season stuff. I'm not gonna get too fucking crazy with it. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, I can show that I'm working on it. And then for a coach to tell you like, nah, do what you already do.
It kind of stings.
Bro, that's an ego hit, bro.
Yeah, it does. But if the professionalism hits,
there it is.
In my head, I'm like, he's already signed me to a crazy contract. So, because I'm learning that contract phases and stuff, I was not looking for a cheap anything. So I'm like, if you want me to come there, you're gonna have to give this is what I want or this is what I want. And if they agree, basically I gotta do whatever
I'm gonna do exactly what my job entails. Y'all hear that?
Basically.
Tone? You hear that, Tone? Shit. God damn, boy.
Should have been done.
Do your damn job. You ain't You hear that shit, boy? Do your job. A roll. That's it.
Oh my God.
You ain't gotta score 30, brother, every time. Just go. Fuck.
I mean, I had good guys on my team that were just straight defenders. And he's like, bro, I seen you work on. He's like, hey, guess what coach wants? Coach wants me defense.
That's why I'm here for it.
And he's getting good bag. Yeah.
I have nothing to say to that. It's true. I say it all the time. And I tell my friends this all the time because there's a point maybe like last year where I was trying to really like simplify my game and just become like a 3-and-D type of guy. And then I was telling them because you can see it. You can see those are the guys who stick around. Those are the guys who have 10-year careers and stuff like that. And longevity.
Nice. Like you don't do nothing, but he's doing the little things there.
And he's been playing. He's making. And while I'm over here talking about, man, you ain't got no bag. I'm sitting on the couch. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling. I'm living through this shit. I'm literally mad as hell that certain guys are getting. The NBA, using the NBA as an example, like, and I know most guys have a heightened sense of how good they really are, some shit like that, because everybody's prideful when it comes to the game. And I'm like watching these guys who I think if I have if I'm fucking in shape and I fucking work out with my fucking trainer for 2-3 months, I could be that guy. Like I'm seeing that all the time. Like I'm better than him. I can do that shit. And literally, like, bro, he does his job.
He does his job. Yeah.
That's it. Like he does his job, and he's gonna continue to do his job because that's what he gets paid to do. He doesn't care about becoming the best. This, that, or third. There's a select group of guys for that.
Yeah, yes.
Guys. I know everyone keeps. Everyone. America teaches people to be extraordinary. They teach that in your brain. Like you are special. You are fucking special. Even though you're
him.
You're him. You're fucking him. You're a 6'8" center. You're fucking him.
You're him. Yeah,
like that
you
type
hear it
of
all
shit.
the time. Yeah.
Like, instead of teaching motherfuckers, yo, find your niche, find what you're really good at, and just be the best at that. Yeah, that will take you a lot farther than trying to be him and shit like that, man. Yeah. And I lived through that, guys. This is me talking about myself right now. This is the shit
I think too, to piggyback on that, is like the last two guys who were releasing today, Sig, like he talked about simplifying the game.
Yeah, bro.
And like I get that 100%. Like figure out what you're good at. And if you want to get better, all right, what's the counter now to this? What's stopping me? And then build from there instead of getting in the gym and putting cones out and doing a million drills. I mean, there's a reason when y'all go play pickup, what do they put on the shot clock? 14?
Yeah.
14? Yeah. There's a reason they don't put 24.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because
they don't put 30.
Doing something,
Yeah, because then you're going to have, exactly. And when you play one-on-ones, dribble limits most of the time. Like, pros are doing this stuff, and then you go watch high school kids work out. Yep. And it's like, what are we teaching?
What are we fucking teaching 1,000%, bro? We're teaching everybody to be a Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, or teaching everybody to be a Steph Curry. Like, I get it, though.
And if a team's lucky, they got two of those guys.
Like, it's like, when is people gonna realize that, for one, to make it into a professional playing field in general, like that's extremely, guys, this is extremely hard.
It's not easy.
It is extremely hard to get paid to play basketball at any level. I don't give a fuck what anybody tells you. Even if you're somebody who's, bro, because of NIL and guys staying in school for 4 or 5 years now, there are top, like middle of the class seniors who aren't even getting Division I offers. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're getting to a weird place in the basketball world.
It's strange.
Like, you have to be really fucking good. Like, going forward, you're going to have to be really fucking good to get.
Well, and right now, Zakai Ziegler from Tennessee is trying to sue, saying he would make more at Tennessee than playing professionally this year. And so if that goes through, then you'll now get 5 years of eligibility, the way I understand it.
Wow.
So high school kids, it's not getting better.
It's not getting better, bro. Figure out how to stay on the floor. Like, not everybody needs a fucking 30-point score. Yeah. So, we appreciate you keep your ego in check.
And hopefully the kids will listen, or anybody in their basketball journey, because
so listen,
you provide value to a coach.
Yeah,
that's your job.
Yeah,
and you accept that, whether it's tough sometimes or not.
Yeah,
and look at you now. You at 37 years old, still playing this game.
Yeah,
like that's impressive.
And no one's gonna listen, bro. Like they
yeah.
It goes in one ear out the other. There's definitely like a few kids who really want to, and it's gonna be the guys who aren't good, right? Yeah. Unfortunately, like that's usually how it goes. They're not good at this stage right now.
Yeah.
They're hearing some stuff. They're trying to figure out, okay, I need to get on the floor. How do I get on the floor? So they hear stuff like this. Okay, boom. The guys who are already the guy on their team, this is the type of stuff they hear, goes in one ear out the other. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. Yeah. I'm him.
You know what will hit though?
What?
Adversity.
Oh yeah.
When injury comes, when lack of not being seen comes. Man, it hits. Yeah. It hits home real, because the reality would be, man, I should have done this. I could have done that. I should have learned how to do this. Well, you just had a skill. Yeah. You had a talent. You had everything, but the reality hits.
Yeah. We do have a theme on this show where we do shit on the fucking the guys getting this free money now. The NIL guys, like, let me say.
But I think we shit on them, but also I feel like we're also trying to be constructive.
No, for sure. No.
Like, we joke about it, kind of shitting on them because you wish.
I wish I was in that generation.
Everybody wishes they were that generation.
Especially stuff we were just talking about. Imagine if they were paying Brandon Jennings or these guys, OJ Mayo, in that high school time.
Yeah,
they were rock stars. We know now those guys were rock stars. Like
1,000%.
Kevin Love,
1,000%.
Chase Budinger. Like those years.
I mean, think about like a Jimmer Fredette at BYU those years. Like,
imagine how much he would have made.
Yeah,
he would have been a billionaire by the time he left school.
Jimmer would have made after that NCAA run, or Steph.
So yes,
Steph Curry.
Yes, we definitely shit. But like my guy Addison said, it's coming from a place of love. Like,
true.
We want all you guys to be successful in that, and the way you guys be successful, you got to figure your role out, man. You got to figure out how to get. Like, what was it? What did you say, Addison? You are a. How are you useful to your coach?
Right. Essentially, yeah. How can you provide value to your coach?
Yeah.
And then outside of that, once you do provide value, that's when your role expands.
Exactly.
Too, right. Like
exactly. Like you won't get the chance to show your bag once you get on the floor and do the things that the coach wants you. You have to exceed in that.
Yeah.
Succeed.
Yeah. Succeed.
Succeed in that. Then you get to do the other stuff.
Yeah.
Addison. We're rambling, bro.
That's exactly the shit I like to talk about.
That was a good one. Let's get into The next championship our guy fucking got. This guy went somewhere else, got a whole nother championship out in Moscow. For one. How is Russia? How is that as a living experience as a big black man? How was that? Was that a lot of eyes on you? Was it?
Yes. It was intense.
Sorry,
it was a lot of. Because it was also when COVID came back and everyone was kind of getting back to normal lifestyle, but they didn't care. They were just doing whatever they wanted to do. It was cold, but the team I was playing for, CSKA Moscow, was that time #1 team in the whole Europe financially as well.
Yes,
budget wise.
Yes, I do because didn't Mike
James, Will Clybourne, we had some dogs on the team. They were getting paid very well. So joining them for me was also like, oh, wow, I've got to this level too? Pretty good. Dope. Now I got to do what they asked me to do. Thanks. Rebound, block shots, exceed, and try to win something. Because that was all their goal, was trying to win something. We got to the Final Four of the EuroLeague, and we lost in the semifinal to FS. Just things like that. I'm still experiencing it. I'm still enjoying it. I'm still learning it. But winning the VTB league, the Russian league that year, also was a great reminder of how far I came. Yeah. Like, I was like, I'm in Russia winning a championship? Yeah. What is this? Gas, what's going on? Yeah. So, just hell of a journey, man. Hell of a journey.
100%, dude. Hell of a journey. I'm jealous as hell, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Like, my biggest thing always is the travel part. I know money's good. Money's always good. Yeah. But the simple fact that I get to travel the world to dribble a ball, man.
Yeah, we did it.
That's fire. That's so fire, bro. And you're still doing it, by the way. Yeah. Guys, he's still playing. 37. Still playing.
You just signed a contract this week, right?
Yeah, signed 3 days ago on my birthday.
Fire, bro. Happy belated. Happy belated to our guys.
That's a good way to celebrate your birthday.
Congratulations, man.
Shout out to Jay, my agent out there, and my agent Guillermo. They were just doing their job, and it happened to be my birthday. It's like, you want to sign it? I was like, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a good situation.
So we skipped a couple spots. You did play in Asia, right? We were playing in
went to South Korea first, then played in Taipei last year.
That's our favorite spot. A lot of the guys who come over here all said Asia's their favorite spot
so far.
Yeah, because it's just like the fandom and how they treat the players out there and stuff like that. Can you say it?
For me, I think, yes, the European style of basketball and the European lifestyle of basketball seems like very attractive, right? Yeah. But it comes with a lot. The pressure. Especially if a team is one of those teams that have won something before. Yeah, you might be having 2-day practice just to be on in a skill like the coach thinks that's what's going to get you back to the championship. You know that old thing, right? So it rubs a lot of player health wrong. Like, man, 2 a day, I'm tired. But that's Europe. It's there. It's not going anywhere. And some EuroLeague teams have had that into their contracts that we only need 1 practice a day. Like stuff like that. But you're still going to lift weight at 10, get shots up, do 5-on-0, then come back at 6. It's still 2 practices. You get what I'm saying? So Asia, on the other hand, it's just you show up. They might put lift and practice at the same time or the same day, and that's it. Then you show up to the games and you just have fun. Have fun playing the game, what you know how to do. Not something that you don't know how to do, because then you're rubbing off the coach wrong, and the coach all right, you got to go home. But if you're scoring, entertaining, and you're trying to win,
they're more about entertainment out there for sure.
But they love you. They just show up, score the ball the right way, efficiently. Yeah. Not crazy, efficiently. They love it. It's been fun. It's been fun.
And that's one of those, if you were big, you eat in those leagues, obviously, in Asian leagues.
Maybe.
God damn it. I've been trying to get an Asian for so damn long, but it's like they only want bigs for the most part. Usually when I try to get in there, they only want
because everyone is guards out there.
Yeah, everyone's guards.
All the Asian guys, locals, they're good. Yeah. Don't be shocked.
I'm very aware.
Some Asians are. I've played on teams with some really talented Asians. I'm like, wow. Yeah. Okay. My year in Korea, the guard, his name is On. He's solid, but he's damn 5'9", maybe not even 6, but can go fast, can shoot, and he's the face of Korea's national team, so it makes sense, So then I see that, I'm like, oh wow, God, this is nice, this is good, this is really good experience too. Yeah,
that's dope, bro. So 9 countries. Been playing for about 12-ish.
13.
13 years.
Yeah.
Fire, bro. Now we haven't even touched the national team. We haven't even touched. How is that? I've never talked to anybody who's actually played on the national team. At least I don't think I have. And that we've had a conversation about it. But what is that like to represent your country playing a sport that you didn't start playing until you were fucking like damn near 15, 14 and stuff like that? How does that feel?
That one on its own, just goosebumps coming out of my body thinking about it because it was the craziest experience ever.
Yeah.
Because it felt like the whole country was on your back. It just felt like that.
Yeah.
No one is putting that pressure on you. It's just while you're playing, every bucket is like, this is for the boys in the hood. This is for the homies that never made it. Every bucket, every important play was like, this is for my brother. This is my, It felt great.
Yeah.
And lifted so much spirits out of everybody. Like you can tell how intense. You see it.
Yeah.
When y'all watching Team USA, it's intense.
This is dope, bro.
It's like everyone, everyone is watching.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in the World Cup 18. Yeah, World Cup. 19, yeah. In China. One of my teammates actually outside here. He was a part of it too. But we both always talk about that moment, that experience. We played against China in China in the very last game. Literally 4-mile radius everywhere was blocked. Yeah. Because everybody wanted to go watch the game.
That's crazy, bro.
And you were beating China in China. Brother, I don't know the craziest drug in the world, but I was high off that. The craziest drug in the world was not close to
how
that
you felt
high,
that
feeling. And, hearing phone calls from my childhood friends, the dudes I was going to school with. I'm like, yo, man, big ups to you, bro. Like goosebumps still comes out of my body thinking about that. It was a hell of an experience.
That is so dope.
And we got a brotherhood on social media. We got a brother on WhatsApp.
No, you can never.
We chop it up all the time. We share ideas. Guys are sharing kids. Coaches are in turn trying to place good kids because some of them are coaches now. Yeah. It's still one of the out-of-body experience I've ever had, other than winning some chips. But that one itself, just representing the country, being part of the country, meeting guys that want to represent the country as well, too. Yeah. It was always impressive.
Man, kudos on that, but that's definitely dope.
Yeah, that was a hell of a team y'all put together that year, too. I'm looking at the roster right now. Josh Okogie, Aminu, Efe Adudo, another Baylor guy, so I'm partial to him.
Shout out to him too.
Mateo, Gabe Vincent, and yourself. That's a
Gabe Vincent's Nigerian?
Yeah, for where Nigerian hoops was probably 10 years before that, so putting that roster together, what does that mean to you being a part of that growth and that kind of? Did that feel like kind of the Nigerian coming out party to you, like on a national stage a little bit?
For me, just being part of it was just unreal because my dad was an Olympian and all that. I wanted to be Olympian too, but just being part of it, he had a lot to say back in Nigeria to his people. My son is playing for the national team. That meant everything for me. I didn't care about what was going on, but the roster we put in together for that tournament or just going in, we were unbeatable. Yeah, we had it in our mind we'll beat anybody. We had everybody in the right positions. Well, you need an athletic big, got me. We need a slow big, got Ike Diogu. Well, you got you need a shot blocker.
I play with Ike in Mexico.
What you need? You need a shot blocker, you got Ipe Udo. You need a guard that can go, you got Joshua Cody, can defend, can do whatever. A shooter, you got Gabe. Chimezi Metu, you got him. A stretch four, that can do whatever. Al-Farouk Aminu, we had him. It was Jordan Warner, we had him.
And just looking at the stats I'm just looking at the China game, man, it was balanced.
So balanced.
Okogie had 19, but everybody else 13, 11, 11, so 8, balanced. 4. It's a well put together team, man.
We did some special things as a unit. We represented well, and there were a couple of good teams prior to that one as well. The ones that went to the Olympics a couple of times, the one that won Afrobasket, but the one I was part of, we were special. Yeah, we were special.
That's fire, man.
We looked very, very good on paper too, because guys were coming off contract years too. So some guys had 20 M's.
For sure.
It was dope.
That's gas, man. Yeah. Okay, I also know right now that you have a couple of kids programs, right? Or organizations,
just one.
Just one.
Yes.
So can you speak on that for a little bit? I know we love to shout out anything that guys are doing right now. Put eyes on that.
Well, we're trying to we created a 501c based on my father's legacy. He passed during COVID. Because he's always been part of my life and my siblings and everyone around us that knows my dad. He's his thing is gives back. He gives back to the journey of the young, the youth, the adults. He takes care of the neighborhood. He does whatever he can with what he's blessed with, which was the soccer and also the money made from soccer. He never left the neighborhood. He built his first house. So that neighborhood was what I saw a chance to. You know what? I can do the same thing. I'm getting decent. I'm being paid pretty well. So let me go back home.
Yeah.
Make sure that I can do some type of clinic every year.
Yeah.
Some type of a give back every year. Some type of a return back to the community.
Yeah, for sure.
Something like that. So we created it based on his legacy. It's called Erico Jr. Foundation. His nickname was Erico. The whole part of Lagos know him as Erico. Is Joe Eric, but they call him Joe Erico for whatever reason. I don't know. You know, everyone got a nickname for people. So we knew it was gonna bring traction, and also at the same time help the right kids that have a inspirational journey about basketball. So I focused on more of the basketball, and a couple of my friends helped focus on just giving. So we do the shoe drive, we'll do jerseys, we'll do apparels, bags, stuff that is needed in Nigeria for certain kids that don't have access to it, especially in my neighborhood where I grew up at. So that's what we've done in the last 5 years. We've been able to also give back to certain organizations like School of the Blind, just help them with certain tools that they need. We had the School of the Deaf. We had just given them Christmas provisions just for them to take care of what's going on over there. Just give back, basically.
That's fire.
So it's mostly done in Nigeria. I'll take stuff from whatever country I'm coming from, playing from, take to Nigeria just to set up something for the neighborhood that I grew up in, and to help inspire the next generation
about
dope, basketball.
No, that's awesome. I actually, to piggyback on all this, what do you think like 20 years from now Nigerian basketball looks like? Because just in my lifetime and yours as well, the way it grows and the athletes that y'all have, I just can't imagine once you start working at a younger youth level.
Instead of guys picking up a basketball at
14 and still being a pro.
I
mean, and how many other Nigerian guys have we been around that are similar to you, that they play the same position, but they're shot blockers, rim protectors, and it's because you'll come to it later. So if you can add that skill level to already that athleticism,
it's happening right now. To be honest,
even Sudan
as well. South Sudan.
South Sudan.
It's happening. The whole Africa has evolved. Like with the BAL, the Basketball Africa League. The teams, some of the teams are African. They're all African teams. They're just like, but they're inviting a couple of Americans or foreigners or whatever to join the team. But the base of the teams are athletes from, and they're
good,
super.
They're fucking good.
They're starting to do the skill work early. They're starting to create a path for themselves early that we didn't have. We didn't know. I didn't know anything about basketball. I didn't care about basketball. I'll see basketball on TV. Where's the football channel? Literally. But now it's like the world they have access now to YouTube. They might not even need they're just watching YouTube videos of skill work, and they're doing it when they go outside. We didn't have that. And picking back to what you're saying or what you're getting to is it's got crazier, because there was a stat in the NBA recently, like I think like 40% of the drafted players, I think 2 years ago, last year, were Nigerian descent.
Oh wow.
Parents.
Really?
Yes.
What shit?
Mixed kids, black. 40% of that draft class was Nigerian descent.
Oh shit.
It was insane. It was a lot.
Okay.
Then around the world as well, it's just increasing.
It's almost like how they talk about the dream team, what they did for European basketball. And I feel like that's kind of where Africa's out right now, is where they were at in '96.
We're there right now.
And I'm thinking about it, and I hear all of these people talking about the NBA and how, you got Jokic, Luka, Giannis, MVP guys, and even Shea being Canadian. They're like, oh, the rest of the world's catching up. And I'm like, what's scary is probably where the most natural athleticism and size is.
They're not learning it again.
It hasn't been. We haven't even tapped that yet.
No, it's insane. Like the kids that come to those camps that I host like annually, brother, I'm like, man, I wish I had the money right now. You're the next Giannis.
That part.
You could have been the next, like literally.
That part.
Big hands, 13-year-old, size 17 already, palming the ball like a tennis ball. Just, you want this ball? Okay, take it. I'm like, you need to be in the U.S. That's what they did to me. It's like a full circle. I'm like, you need to be in the U.S. But that's what's happening.
Yeah.
That's what's happening. We're seeing tons of kids just having this natural, raw talent living in Nigeria.
Yeah.
I want to answer your question, man. I think in 20 years, the league is going to be 50% non-American. Like, it's going to be like, like legitimately, there's going to be so many guys from so many countries that are going to be just too good to ignore. Like, how are you going to not allow?
And our youth development system is failing
trash.
us right now.
It's fucking ass right now, bro. Like, it's so bad.
And I think, like, why Euro's gotten so much better, and we've talked about this before, but the pros come back and work with them, right? Yeah. It's not a dad or a guy trying to make money on an AU tournament. But now with Africa, it's a lot of the pros have made the money, and they've been the ones that have gone back, right? Like Luol Deng, South Sudan. South Sudan's kind of where they're at
even
now.
Joakim Noah is doing stuff in Cameroon. Yeah. Like, he's elevated a lot of things, changed a couple of facilities, help them.
So naturally, the right people are going to be around them for the most part, right? There's always going to be the riffraff is going to find it and try to get money out of people and all that. So no matter where you're at, it's going to happen. But I think it seems like the coaching is going to be from guys that are actually solid at the highest level. Yeah. And I don't think we get that here in America anymore.
Everyone is just trying to make their kid number one player in the country.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
One kid.
It's getting annoying. It's getting annoying, guys. You guys aren't that good. You guys aren't that good. Just letting you know, you're not the next him.
Yeah,
Tell your parents that. All right, cool. All right, guys, we have a segment brought to us by Powerball, a heavy ball training company. Mike, what I want to know is, over your career, man, you were 37, and you are still playing, man. And not only are you still playing, you've played through a lot of injuries. All right, so can you speak to us and just tell us about how you've trained your body, what you've done over the years to really get yourself to this point, being able to play this long?
I think mine is having that strength and capability to believe or have faith in. Just faith in the process, right? That's where every process, from especially the injuries, and they're like, what months, how many months do I need to work on to get back to what I used to be? And they'll be like, oh yeah, you got 6 months, or 8 months, or 10 months. So in my head, if I believe that after that 8 months, I'll be good, I have that capability of doing whatever I want to do. So everything that is in front of me, I need to do it before 8 months because I want to be good before 8 months. So that's how I've carried it, having that faith and having that belief that after 8 months, I'll be good. Yeah. Right. But then the consistency between that injury, the time of the injury, and the 8 months or 10 months or whatever is really important. Because there will be days you're like, man, I'm not going nowhere, man. I'm tired. Nobody cares. Yeah. If I'm hurt or not right now. So what I've seen in those 2 times I've got hurt initially was the consistency: show up, do it, see what happens. You don't know what's going to happen. Show up, do it. So it's just like a daily deposit of something. So post-injury, after I came back playing, I just took it like that. Every day, show up, do it. You're adding something to your bag. Yeah. You're adding something to your strength. You're adding something to your longevity. Yeah. So it becomes an habit, becomes that consistent habit. It's every day. I don't. Breathing. I only probably rest once or twice a week. Yeah. If I want to shut down the whole day, I'll just shut down the whole day. But prior to that,
you've added too many over the years. For that one day to me.
Yeah. So I just every day I must do something. Even in the house, I'm watching a hit program on YouTube, and I got to do something. I can't just sit at home and not do anything.
Trust me, I feel that, brother. Listen, I don't know if you know, I'm going through a little, guys, I got 3 stress fractures on my shin right now, and I've had to sit at home it's only been a week. I'm miserable. Yeah. I am miserable. Damn. I can't do nothing. I can't go work out. I can't, nothing. So I definitely understand that. Got to do something. Be active, be in shape, guys. I love that. Next question. One LeBron James 100 gorillas. Who wins?
100 gorillas.
Answer the fucking question. I don't know why you're laughing.
One LeBron James.
One LeBron James, 100 gorillas.
100 gorillas.
That's crazy.
That's LeBron James.
Anyways,
he doesn't have three heads on his head.
Whatever, bro. All right, since the wrong answer.
Great answer. Maybe 100 people want LeBron James. 100 gorillas.
That's crazy. LeBron, my liege, they don't know.
I'm a LeBron fan. Trust me. That longevity. I'm a fan.
He's different. No,
he's
that's
a
different.
beast.
No, that's different. He was born out of a bottle.
One gorilla under LeBron's. I don't think.
Whoa, we're not even about to get into that. For one, just letting you guys know this. Just to answer the question, listen, the original question of one gorilla versus 100 humans, 100 humans wins every time. So letting you guys know that. Don't misunderestimate how strong.
Maybe.
Well, there's a reason why we took over the world,
50,
guys. Yeah. We're smarter than them.
It's a 50-50 chance.
There's no 50. We're smarter than them.
Just have to be strategic.
You gotta be strategic. Yeah. We're gonna lose some people though. Don't get it twisted. We're gonna lose about 20 motherfuckers.
Yeah. And the rest of them walking out injured.
20 motherfuckers and about 25 more gonna be injured, but we can kill the mother. He can't fight 100 for 100 hours. Man, you feel me? Just anyways, man. Mike, we do appreciate you coming on, bro. We gotta wrap it up. We're gonna add all your social medias on there. We're gonna make sure you guys go follow Mike. See what everything he got. He's still playing, so go support him. Go follow him. Go support us. Addison, tell him to support us, bro.
Hey, man, subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Please, you heard what Addison said.
We need it. Comment, like, subscribe, follow.
I'm going to keep saying this, all right? Once we are able to pay for everything we do through, the podcast and all, once it is self-sustaining, this podcast is going to 10x, all right? Because everything's getting paid out of Tone's pocket right now. And Tone's pocket is real slim. So things be taking a little bit of time. You know what I'm saying? So once we get this motherfucker self-sustaining, we're going to 10x around here. So go subscribe. It takes 20 seconds. Just, what's crazy? My friends, all my close friends are all telling me, bro, like, I'm gonna subscribe. Like, what do you mean you're going to subscribe?
Do it.
Yeah, like, hit the button.
Like, just hit the button. Like,
no,
bro, because when you click on the link, you gotta log in and shit like that. I'm like, bro, you watch I know you're watching the episodes because you're sending me screen. Just press subscribe. So at this point, I know you guys fuck with us. I know you guys fuck with what we got going on. We would appreciate it if you just press subscribe. Please, for the love of God, please just press subscribe. Mike, my guy.
Appreciate you. Thanks for having me.
Addison,
yes,
my
sir.
guy. We're gonna have lunch. Yep. We're gonna have lunch right now. Like, comment, subscribe, all that shit. It's your boy. Dude.